짙은 어둠에도 I can hear your voice 깊은 침묵에도 저 멀리 멀리야 특히 손에 닿지 않아도 Still with me You're still with me 대체 이 감정은 나에게는 뭘까 괜찮다는데 자꾸 외로워하는 걸까 I just wanna be alone No I don't wanna be alone 밤이 또 길어 so long It's gone 가려진 꿈처럼 더 어둠에 빠져들어갈 피를 못 잡을 때 손가락질로 내게 갈 길을 정해주네 어쩌면 그게 내가 맞을지도 몰라 이 밤이 건너 나는 다시 또 피어올라 I can see your eyes 짙은 어둠에도 I can hear your voice 깊은 침묵에도 저 멀리 멀리 어떻게 손에 닿지 않아도 Still with me You're still with me 꿈처럼 번진 illusion 모든 게 달라 어쩌면 지금 이곳에 존재하는 건 맞는 걸까 혼란스러운 나의 곁에 내 손이 잡아준 건 너 It's you 까맣게 잊은 것 같아 Oh every day 버텨온 것처럼 매번 습관처럼 줄줄이던 날도 이젠 I can see your eyes 짙은 어둠에도 I can hear your voice 깊은 침묵에도 저 멀리 멀리 어떻게 손에 닿지 않아도 Still with me You're still with me Still with me
Good evening and welcome to the slightly displaced Kingdom of Jerusalem, which is now in Spoleto, not Belgium. No, well, I thought it was. I noticed that the county of Spoleto was independent, and so I got a claim on it. It turns out that if you've ended up in the anomalous position where your capital is a barony in somebody else's county, the moment you hold a county, your capital moves there.
Right, so suddenly you're back in Spoleto.
So my capital is back in Italy. Not quite where I started, because I started as the Count of Orvieto, as I recall.
But much closer to there than...
Yes, I remember that somewhere at the beginning of the game you were pleased to get to take Spoleto over
Yes.
from the Spoletos, which it did not already own.
The Duchy of Spoleto, I think, is still... indeed, the Prince Archbishopric of Spoleto is next door and part of the Empire of Italia. I presume, yes, my opinion of him may not be very high because I probably want the duchy, but... yes, we just ended up getting into yet another holy war, hadn't we? Or rather, our liege had, whereby Swabia is now trying to take Cologne off us. Rather, Swabia and Franconia working together are looking to take Cologne off us. and that's fairly scary because like that's 28,000 troops on the Swabian side and 23,000 troops on the Franconian side. But plus I'm still technically involved in this revolt war up here, but I'm not actually paying any attention to that. But first we should probably like organise the children a bit. So Eginov di Spoleto appears to be a perfectly ordinary child of my dynasty who happens to be kicking around in my court. He's my grandnephew. So obviously someone should teach him. And I'm apparently spare, so I'll take it on. He's not a close enough relation that marriages will get him will get us a non-aggression pact. So I'm tempted to just send him out into the world, marry him to the heir to the Duchy of Kurdistan, for instance. That might be fun. But what other children are there kicking around in my court? Well, there's my own son, Prince Ferdinand, who is betrothed to a genius, who will come of age soon. I'm a brilliant strategist, so I'm a perfectly good person to be teaching him. And he's turning out pretty well. If I just go sort of an age column here, no there isn't. Well, let's do it using the person finder then. Just go everyone in my court sorted by age. Crikey, there are a lot of little di Spoletos. In particular, oh right, she's the wrong religion at the moment, that's unfortunate. So she only differently. He's not, but he is only 5. Right, I don't feel that I actually need to organise anyone else. I turn out to have rather fewer random people kicking around who ought to be married off to someone than I had expected. Right. Excuse me, bits of my laptop are quite warm and I am wearing shorts today, so I need to shuffle a bit so that I don't cook my legs too much. Right. So, I'm not badly off for money, yes.
How is your fortress, etc. in Spoleto? I assume everything is okay.
It's being upgraded. It's about to get its castle walls upgraded to give us an extra like 1 fort level. Yes, it's a 7.5 at the moment, which is quite low compared to Jerusalem.
But critically is over the limit, that means it can't be assaulted.
Oh yes. Can't remember if there's anything I can do in Ramallah, probably not. I'm doing my best to get more tech back to Spoleto because it's a terribly low-tech place at the moment. It was quite nice sharing a capital county with the empire. So yes, I think I probably want to join the Holy War to defend Cologne. Faffy though this will be. because he desperately needs the help, I fear. Plus, it's a defensive war, so it won't annoy my vassals too much. I hope. There's an odd lump of Britannia over here. That's slightly strange. Excuse me, I have to just have to nip off and howl at the moon again.
You lunatic.
Yes, have been for decades.
I haven't howled for a while.
Quick, I need time for one of your victory howls.
Yes, well, not victory yet. We've only just offered to join the war.
Well, you're mad, so, you know, you might not appreciate that fine detail.
It like loses me 20 prestige, which is barely noticeable when I have 15.8 thousand prestige. Right, now I have joined that war. Doesn't make very much difference. It will mean I can see my vassal's army, my liege's armies, if he had anywhere near where we're going, which he doesn't. Right. So if I'm going to make any dent, I need some seriously big armies. Curious, what am I going to get anything from this? I've still got 11% contribution to the defence of the Breton crown, even though I stopped helping with the defence of it when it went Catholic. So I think we just have to raise everything, or at least more or less everything. Apparently I do actually have an army of 20,000 lying on. Oh, right, yes, we've only just finished defending this war, so most of my armies are actually still, like, available.
Around in southern Spain.
Yes. Why can't I just walk that lot into the sea? Is it because there isn't actually any space on these ships? Oh, it's because they're two separate fleets, right, yes. I'll probably do this quicker by marching that lot just down to the coast and then moving the ships along. Well, let's collect up this lot first. Right, unsurprisingly, King Piares of Brittany has won his war. Well, I mean, I probably get a hint of prestige for that. Probably makes up for howling at the moon, at least. I think we should just come ashore in Rome and march up from Rome. Probably. Oh, no, let's go through Italia from the Ligurian Sea. Take the shortest route. Right, meanwhile, I should probably raise what troops are conveniently raisable still, if there are any. Okay, that seems to have raised a decent number. I wonder where.
Belgium. Probably not, in fact, Belgium.
No.
Which would be more convenient.
There's 1,000 there. Quite a few down there. Odd mobs kicking around, yes. Those, yeah, you're no use at all. Okay, that's not bad. We'll dismiss that lot and re-raise them in the more sensible place. So I think I didn't bother raising this lot for the last war, which is why they're still down here. So you can herd all of them over there. Kentish army may as well be dismissed. Right, so basically it's all of the eastern armies are now coming over to join us. That's nice. It'll be a while before they get there though. So we should do what we can with the western armies. I think our main aim is to defend Cologne rather than to try to immediately start besieging all of our enemies' territories. Who are you trying to kill and why? Not anyone who I think I have any interest in. Let's march you lot to the... Right, there's a supply limit problem in the Alps, of course. So let's get ourselves into the foothills. Up to the point just before the supply limit starts being a problem, and then we'll split our army in half in order to be able to move them around safely through the Alps. Right, that's the first batch of the Eastern armies arrived. The second and third batches will be, and fourth, I can't remember, will be along in a bit because they have rather further to come. It's not that large an addition though, so I do rather hope... Oh dear, are we... Oh no, we're just suffering attrition from being out of supply. Yeah, that's fine. All bandits are helping us a little bit. Yeah, kill her if you want. Can't split that army in half, it's movement locked. So let's now separate these two by about a county as we march them through the Alps. No longer, actually let's just send that fleet down to pick people up in El Arish once people have all got themselves to El Arish. Still have 2 fleets to arrive. Famous writer proposes to compose my family chronicles. Don't really want all dynasty member opinion lowered by 5. So let us do that and maybe become proud. Did not become proud. Right, someone's dissolved a defensive pact. Bandits are still having fun in Berg. Another 1,400 troops have turned up in El Arish. This is all looking reasonable at the moment, but Cologne has been successfully besieged, which is a pity. My troops are still trying to get through the Alps. Well, no, they've actually got through the Alps. So that Franconian army looks a little isolated. Let's head towards it. It's true, yes. I can send my spy master in that sort of direction if there's enough technology around. There we go. He's notionally studying technology, but he's also keeping an eye on things for me.
That is kind of his job description.
Yes. I mean,
The spy master himself. You'd think the spy master stays in one place and wanders spies around.
no, well, they can't tell me what's going on apparently, so... Adela von Neuenberg is now known as the Whiner. Okay.
That sounds like the kind of nickname you get by complaining to a player character, but they haven't given you a nickname yet.
Yes, I think it might be. Actually, there's probably not much point in my carefully remaining 2 counties away from that army because it's owned by someone who's part of the Holy Roman Empire, so you can see everything that's going on. Right, that's the last of that army ready, and conveniently the fleet that's coming to pick it up has almost arrived as well. Right, we now have our new castle walls in Spoleto.
Shuttle service work and everything.
So now it's at 8.5.
So it's time for probably a keep upgrade or something.
Yes.
Or possibly Castle Town.
I've generally...
More income.
Yeah,
It's
go
just
on.
So close to the end of time that may not be.
Training grounds, it's the cheapest. Come on, get to the right place. You're going to... Are you attacking Lusitania? Yes. Okay. I'm not going to help much though. Because like we're trying to defend Cologne at the moment, which sadly isn't officially my war. Right, so that lot should be enough to take on the Franconian army, and they are one of my enemies and therefore worth taking on. That looks like a reasonable set of commanders. That is planes. So that should do. Meanwhile, the shipping comes back from I wonder, do trade posts give you the ability to see things that are going on? 'Cause it kind of feels like the kind of thing that trade posts ought to be useful for.
I don't know. I've never seen that really happen. I
No.
think it might be more useful if you are the Merchant Republic rather than being boss of one.
Yeah,
But I've never played as a Merchant Republican.
no. Right, well that's a reasonable start to that battle. Sultana Urraqa of Abyssinia has apparently created the Emirate of Shewa. Thank you. Possibly Shewa.
Does that make her a princess of power?
Might do. And meanwhile, my son Albrecht has become spy master for the Queen of Egypt. He is sadly also the wrong religion. Berg keeps getting favourable siege events, but like that's still too big an army for me to take on. And somewhat, oh yes, of course, because we're now part of that war, people will be down there will be getting involved. Right, we have won the Battle of Aschaffenburg. 9% war score for that one. I seem to have lost my spy master. He did actually die of poor health rather than anything more serious.
If I was going to murder someone's spy, so that's my first consideration, is to make it look like that. I suppose another option, knowing spy masters, is that faking one's own death might be the accepted form of resignation.
It's possible. Well, I've invited someone who might be useful to join us. So, we have two armies here. This is all horrible flat. Oh, there are some hills at least. We have two enemy armies here, but they're like right next to one another. And surely if I attack one, the other will come to their aid. At which point I will be flattened.
I think you should sit down and besiege something, try and get some more troops up there to help.
So we could go to
Go north.
Marburg, which is hill forest. Oh, but it's a bit short on supply limit because it's forest. The hills of Trier have a supply limit of 27,000.
Is Trier inside the boundary of the
Oh,
that's are your enemy?
you're right, it's not.
Where the one just county just to the north of you that I can't see.
Fritzlar, that has the problem that someone else is besieging it already.
Okay. Head
Um,
either further north or further right, further east.
and we have to go all the way out to oh gods, Meissen has a terrible supply limit. I think if we're going to besiege something here, is that one entirely occupied? There is still one castle left in Frankfurt we could take. That has a decent supply limit, but it's plains.
I wouldn't try to get that close until you
Yeah.
have more support.
Let me just see the innards of the HRE so I can see where I want to be. As in, which side of this wiggly red line is the counties I want to besiege? So yes, so the the mid-greenish is some of the those two are part of Franconia. Jülich is part of Swabia. You just reselect that, but is low in supply limit. Verdun is oh no, that's part of Thuringia. It's labelled as enemy, but don't think. Does one of our people also hold Thuringia? No, he holds Swabia and Bohemia. Though, of course, there might be something at the holding level that we can take. I think nearby is mostly Franconia, isn't it? Yeah, but we've only got those two counties of Franconia, actually. So I think we're going to have to split. So what's that? That's but we should reselect Swabia, then I'll be able to see what's going on, won't I? Okay, so we seem to have a bunch of stuff highlighted in red that doesn't seem to belong to either of the people who are attacking us. Oh, I suppose there's a third person, but that's Lusitania. Surely there's no Lusitania up here, no. So what do we have usefully for Swabia? We have... yeah, lots of places that are slightly too small for my army.
Pleasing thought that Swabia might be right next to Pupia, Bilgia.
Not quite, no. I think I'll have to go up there and split them and take two counties. No, not by that route. Right. We have a plausible new spy master. Spy master. We should probably give him a wife because he wants to get married, and that will make him happier and make him better disposed towards us. Oops, pause while we're doing this. We appear to have a random princess of Armenia kicking around who seems about the right age. Oh, she's actually over elsewhere. Oh, well, that's fine. I'm sure he'll like a princess. Right, let's make sure we have a siege leader on each of these, if we've actually got enough siege leaders, which we appear not to have. Have the next army arrived here? Yes, they have. Good. Right, you lot head to Nordgau for now. We have reasonable visibility here now, so let's send my spy master back to Jerusalem to research some technology there. Try to collect technology from Jerusalem and send it across to my new capital, which is a lot less conveniently located. Eusebia de Dreux, Princess of Armenia, has arrived in my court. Who are you trying to kill? Okay. Whatever. So that should significantly cheer up Gerhardt. An extra +10 for having fulfilled his desire to get married. We'll probably also need to send him some money, and then he might be willing to convert to Fraticelliism. Yes. His wife will also need some money to do that. Right. The church shouldn't be gratuitously rich.
Individuals are still allowed. Yes, I'm just yes, right, okay. The idea is I will become Fraticelli, but only if you make me rich first.
It's also only very slightly rich. Right, 15 gold is not much.
Just very slightly rich. Oh dear.
Right, since my wisdom and mercy are legendary, they have both converted.
I'm liking the idea of mercy being a D&D stat. Strength, wisdom, intelligence, compassion, mercy, intrigue.
Conveniently, I've picked a couple of places where the first holding is a church to besiege, so they will fall fairly quickly, which will help a little and will mean that possibly by the time the other 7,000 troops get here, we'll actually. I mean, that still puts me well below the number of troops that Swabia has available, though.
Yeah, but are they just a perfectly ordinary ally? As if they're, as we all know, allies are so keen to get fully involved.
As far as I can see, those are all actually genuine Swabian armies. We've given Franconia a quick thrashing and they've cleared out. No, I do not wish to help you fabricate a claim on Socotra, I don't think. No.
I mean, they're currently owning Socotra.
Possibly not, but it'd be such a pain to get all the troops off it.
Well, it's fabricated claim, not, like you have to invade. And if they're a Fraticelli, then they can go and invade themselves, and that would...
Well, it's already part of the empire.
Okay, in that case they can piss off.
It's just not part of one of my kingdoms.
In that case I think they can piss off. It's fine.
Right, so we have taken Osnabrück. We're now working on a castle there, so we might not want to wait for that to finish. pretty much anywhere else. Oh, Bremen might be worth doing. Let's have that army march up there. March that lot into Bremen while we're waiting. Right, Leon is now majority Fraticelli. That seems kind of rude. So, yes, where should my court chaplain be now? Well, we apparently have some odd bits that we have a holding in or two there. Let's go and see if we can convert Paris. Still not quite sure how, with my 27,000 troops, I deal with their 32,000 troops.
Kick as commanders in somewhere where there's a bonus to your commanders. But,
Yeah.
may struggle with that somewhat, given that.
Like, if perhaps my liege were to turn up, that would be helpful. I mean, I think my best hope... My one possible hope is that they, once they've finished fully besieging Cologne, they wander off and separate. And then I go and take them on in Berg.
Do you have more troops coming or not?
No, that's all I have.
Right.
I mean, essentially I could probably gain more by dismissing everything and re-raising them, but that would be an immense faff. Yeah, there's a couple of hundred I just have experimentally raised, and they're completely useless. I mean, okay, Kent is technically reasonably within range. Let's bring the Kentish troops across, but there are like 300 of them. But since they're so nearby, we may as well bring them in, but... So you lot, at least. Settle in Osnabrück and besiege it a little bit. But we probably won't wait for any of these sieges to complete. Well, I mean, we'll wait for this one because it's a church. So what we want to see is what do they do once they've taken Bonn. Which will fall shortly. Do they come and try to attack me, in which case I need to find somewhere defensible? Right, that looks like they're heading towards me, probably because I have just successfully besieged a bunch of places. But that suggests that if they're going to come up here, what I should do is move southwards and then west into Berg. On the grounds that then I think that 20,000 strong army will not be in the right place to help defend Berg. Actually, Marburg has a hefty supply limit, so we can just go down and stand there. Because I think they're going to, I think Swabia are going to try to take back the places I've just besieged. I think they're not going to pay attention to where my armies are. I'm not sure. Oh dear. Right, can we get you out of the way fast enough? No. That's plains. We don't stand... I say we don't stand an earthly. Actually, as long as they don't move their other army in, which is in the middle of a siege, and the computer does seem weirdly reluctant to break off sieges. Maybe, just maybe. They won't actually bring in their reinforcements. So it is just possible this will work. Ah, they're sending some reinforcements, but only some. And we do have by far the better commanders, and their flanks appear to be a bit unbalanced. Right, now they're sending in more reinforcements. That's dangerous because we haven't really managed to deplete them enough. Oh, the Swabian Holy War for Cologne has ended. Badshah Shamir of Outremer lost. What?
What score were you on a minute ago?
I don't know. One moment, I'll just rewind my stream and see. No one else can see this, of course, but... Right, about 1 minute ago. Go on, give me some resolution. Still minus 2 digits at that point.
I think you might have to start considering the possibility that your boss is a cheese-eating surrender monkey.
Yes.
It's possible, or again, it might be that some important was captured.
Well, I'm staring very hard at the war score in the replay, and while I can't quite work out what the number is, I think it's sitting at like minus 40 something, maybe less. And still minus 2 digits. Still minus 2 digits. And then he surrenders. So, yeah, I really don't know what just happened. Oops, don't turn the volume up on the monitoring console. That won't help. So, yes, I don't know quite what happened there.
But your boss is a state.
But my boss is a Stoughton has just given up Cologne. Oh well, time to go and capture some more territory for Fraticelliism then, with the help of the actually willing to defend the faith and indeed attack on behalf of the faith, Queen of Carthaginensis.
Right.
Meanwhile, young Ruprecht... Oh, I seem to have died while I wasn't looking. I thought I was paused, but apparently not. But like that was only a few days.
You are paused now, yes. Good. Right.
Yes. Sultana Constanza gave up the ghost at mere 57. She died a natural death, well known to be charitable, is with God now. Sultana Cotilda, having mastered many skills, she is sure to be admired. she is like only 3. She is Constanza's younger sister and is only 3 years younger.
But less mad and...
No, she's a lunatic too.
Oh, good. Good ones in the family.
Yep.
Okay.
She does have... Oh no, she has terrifying diplomacy rather than terrifying martial skill.
That seems less plausible while being mad. I mean, you could certainly imagine a mad person being terrifying in combat because unpredictability is an advantage, and to a certain extent disregard for personal safety might allow you to win a number of things before getting killed. But,
Well, the thing here is...
but mad diplomacy, that's a totally different combination.
She's really very good at it. What year is it?
1435.
Yeah, you're probably going to need a new monarch.
I'm just collecting myself a fleet to try to ship my troops down to Carthaginensis.
Cartagena.
Oh, I'm a member of a secret society, am I? What? I'm a member of the Islamic Brotherhood. Hang on. But I think I have just ceased being secretly Muslim, probably because I can't play as a secret Muslim. So I think that the ability to rank up in a secret society may vanish very shortly. So let's. Have I got a decent Grand Vizier? I have, even though I was until very recently the Grand Vizier of Jerusalem. Okay, we don't have air. Oh no, is that sorting correctly? Oh, no, we still don't have a good candidate for steward. You do have a terrifyingly good court chaplain, whom I'm going to send to Paris again. Well, let's make my husband a commander. He's all right.
Yes, a snoozy kind of thing.
Right, my nephew Ferdinand is an eligible candidate for the various kingdoms. He may not get elected immediately, but I reckon he'll get elected pretty soon once he's come of age. Need to make sure he has a someone decent teaching him, though, because he is 15 and he was being taught by my sister. We could... Now, I think we want to get him, given how he's turning out, we want to get him a martial education if we can.
Unfortunately, your sister would have been correct.
Yep, but she's dead.
Have you got any...
We've got some solid commanders around. Go for Kuno, Prince of Al Jazeera. Treasury currently houses a valuable item. The Axe of the Ancestors. Yes, pay 135 gold to fix the Axe of the Ancestors.
See you in 25 minutes, probably.
Possibly my liege abandoned Cologne because he's just got into another holy war. The Pala Empire is having another go at Fars, which is pretty scary.
And also is part of his core kingdom in a way that
Yes.
Cologne really isn't.
We're a bit short on. Most of our minor titles are out. We don't have a seneschal at the moment. So appoint the Emir of Al Bahrain as our seneschal. So in theory, despite not actually being secretly Muslim, I can attempt to become an adherent of the Islamic Brotherhood, but I'm not sure this is wise.
And it also conflicts with your personal meta whatnot of being bringing fraternitism to Europe.
What other? Eginov di Spoleto needs a guardian. Slightly surprised that he apparently has 5,000 prestige despite being 8 years old. Well, I can take him on. Ditto my grandson Ruprecht. Let's send my spy master to study technology as is traditional in Jerusalem, which is a bit weird. Who should we be improving diplomatic relations with? I mean, probably the Emir of Fars, though he may not be relevant for much longer. Right. My marshal is not currently doing anything, but he's going to be needed soon. Right, here is our new steward. I think he may as well be overseeing construction in the capital. It has come to our attention that you do not live up to the standards of our members. While we wish you no ill, we can no longer allow you to proclaim, I'm not meant to proclaim myself, a member of one of the Islamic Brotherhood.
I'm not allowed to not proclaim it. Wait, no, hang on.
Right, I've been kicked out of the Islamic Brotherhood for not being adequately Muslim.
Probably for the best.
Oh, I don't have a designated regent, apparently. Let's make that Prince Ruprecht for now. A new Emir of Bahrain, who appears to be older than the previous Emir. Presumably he didn't have any offspring, yes. So we're not going to be able to fit this entire army on all the fleets I can conveniently find in the west anyway. No, I'm not going to back your claim to the Emirate of CK2 either, I don't think. No. Emira Maria of Cologne, right. Hang on, what? Okay, she still holds the Emirate of Cologne, even though she doesn't have any of the territory of the Emirate of Cologne.
Looks like you hold the... Oh no, you don't hold the Kingdom of Thingy now, do you?
Wait,
Al-Jazeera.
no,
No, you lost that.
that was taken from me
Because of the Crusades.
in the Crusades. I mean, I'm not sure Monia Domina really needs my help, but let's send the troops down to her anyway. Eginolf hardly eats anything for fear of turning fat. Well, I'm not sure that's really temperance, but yes, you can become temperate. Right. Many of the fleets are... Someone has formed an alliance, not a very relevant one, I don't think. What are you besieging and why? You're besieging Santiago to thingy. What? Which doesn't appear to be Alcácer de Sol. Oh no, Santiago de Cacham. Right, so that's part of... Oh right, you're actually besieging an Outremer holding down there. Right. Well, we'll come and kick you out of there in a moment. Someone trying to kill someone else. Yeah, I don't like you killing people who are married to landed people. Let's just have that lot wait. No, I didn't want to dismiss that fleet. Damn it. Actually, maybe I did, because I just teleported them some distance back to... yeah, that one's not necessary. Back towards their where they need to collect the next army. We'll leave that lot standing around in Porto briefly, because they might get to reinforce. New Emira of Oman, who is actually younger than her predecessor, unlike over in Al Bahrain. Right, that reinforcement is going quite well. Plus, we now have another army there. Right. Then we'll be in a position to pick up the last of our troops, but this lot are probably enough. No, you are totally not going to take Ferdinand away from me just as he comes of age. It's a very bad idea. Right, is that the best set of commanders? Probably not. I may not be able to charge into battle, but my son can. Right. That army is probably in a position now to board its ship. And no, it hasn't quite bordered it yet. We've brought some decent commanders to this battle, and well, let's bring that lot down to Cadiz in the hope that we can use them when they get there. It's curious that no one else has joined on the defending side of this holy war. You'd have thought the Catholics might want to hold on to their holdings in Spain, but apparently not.
Well, are the people who are taking over Muslim or not?
No, they're Fraticelli. Right, I think we should briefly stop off this army in Santiago to kick out those raiders, if they're still there by the time we get there. I think we should also bring in a decent sized fleet. Oops, no. From there, from the Middle East, to pick up my army once we've won this holy war. And that might be thinking a bit too far ahead, but we're going to want to get our troops back to the Middle East somehow. Admittedly, maybe the fastest way to do that is to disband them all and then re-raise them over in the Middle East, but that will be a bit of a faff. So what's the target of this? Okay, let's head down to actually be able to pick up the target. Actually, I am quite tempted to do... Right, yes, he has become a brilliant strategist. That is what we wanted.
So he can now become a commander?
Probably not, actually. He's not going to be that good. Right, raiders dispatched. As in killed.
I was going to say, if we're not currently playing Viking.
Let us send my troops around to roughly where they should be. Oh, actually, we can reclaim our own territory down there. Let's have a look at how the war score for this is working. Okay, no, we're not currently down any war score for failing to occupy anything, so... Oh look, the Lusitanians are coming back. Well, that should be fun. Ruprecht is now apparently thinking about becoming gluttonous. I think it's better not to be gluttonous if you can achieve it. Well done. Right, so I think that Lusitanian army is planning to cause me some trouble, though I'm not sure it can. Or rather is planning to cause Carthaginensis some trouble. So let's head over there and be ready to help. I mean, maybe my help isn't needed given that they have so little morale, but it seems polite. If I see Valtiof, my husband, for the first time, his good-natured spirits, the interesting and funny quirks he has, and how lovely he really is, yes, I will embrace the love I feel for Valtiof. I'm not sure it won't do me any harm. Yes, technically we've been attacked in Seville. In practice, though, we've carefully organised things so that we slaughter everyone in Seville who isn't us. Right, now let me withdraw that army. Oh, okay, well, I'll take over the siege here then, if you have other things you want to do. Right. Our war score in the Holy War for Seville is now up to 98%. We still have more things we can besiege here, though, so let's just finish besieging Moron, which won't take long. And then Queen Monia Domna, whom we put on the who a predecessor put on the throne of Carthaginensis, will have continued her westward expansion. Oh dear, my brilliant Grand Vizier has actually harmed my reputation. That's not good. Oh, my son Ruprecht has apparently died as a result of, well, probably getting injured in battle, since he is maimed and severely injured. So I need a new commander. Oh no, no. My heir to everything is my nephew Ferdinand, whom everyone loves. He does actually have who does actually have 21 marshal, so I could appoint him as a commander. It does seem a little dangerous. Plus, the Marshal of Peshta might join my court if I send him a bribe. And he has a martial skill of 27. So we'll do that. It also means I have no designated regent. Let's stick my husband in as designated regent. And we have no seneschal. Let's stick the Emir of Outre-Jourdain in as seneschal. Right. So, yes, we've got another commander on the way. This war should be over pretty soon. And then I go and try to kick the Pala Empire out. New Emir of Damashq. My probably next marshal is now the correct religion. Let's not marry him to anyone who's going to immediately drag him away from my court. But Princess Heike of Poland's probably all right. Right, we now have 100% war score in the battle, in the war, in the Holy War for Seville. So probably, given that all my troops are in completely the wrong place, I want to dismiss almost all of them.
Yeah, and invoke the magic teleport function. There is some slight attrition you get with that, but this is almost always massively outweighed by the convenience. This is to help purely squish the Pala Empire.
Yes. Yeah, actually, it's not even worth not dismissing the ones whose home is over here. Well, let's just make sure that this war actually gets ended properly. And actually, no, 27 Marshal doesn't get you, Marshal in my kingdom.
How Marshal is your Marshal?
Because my Marshal has 28 Marshal, that does actually only get you Commander. Right, come on, Monia Domna, end this war. Right, so Carthaginensis is now quite a large... Oh, I should have sent that lot back to my own territory, shouldn't I? Possibly slightly quicker to do it by sea. Okay, it's slightly alarming that Princess Heike of Poland, whom I have just married to this new commander, her previous husband was one Ferdinand di Spoleto, who is not, I believe, the Ferdinand di Spoleto who is my heir.
Well, the problem is there are a lot of these Spoletos now
Yes.
after, a few centuries. Clean towels.
Right, and discharge those troops up here, where we can then dismiss them. Aha! I have gained a nickname. I am Clotilda the Wise. Cotilda, sorry. I think I'd spent the whole of the time I was playing as Constanza believing that my little sister was called Clotilda, but it's apparently Cotilda, so there. I kind of feel that mispronouncing the name of your little sister is probably appropriate.
Don't tell Gorgina.
No. I seem to have 281 ships there. Oh, we'll worry about the ships once we've got rid of all of the armies and then re-raised them. Right. Let's just dismiss that army. And then re-raise all of our armies and see where they are. Oh, and ask to join this war. Stand them down for a moment. Remember that I've got the actually Farsi army available to me. We'll just march everyone on this side down to Eliat. You lot can pick up that batch from Dax as well. One of my correspondents reports that my new commander is of the House of Small Pandas. Yes, I suppose plausibly the RPAD is the House of Small Pandas. Panda, yes. Right, we have our training grounds in Spoleto, which probably means that, actually that probably doesn't mean that we can immediately, yeah, we're still quite short of troops there because we've only just moved in. Well, let's throw some money at some stables. Okay, Emir of Nomalili Cologne is now known as the Pious. Yeah, you can kill him if you want. That's a slightly extravagantly large fleet, but it will do. Oh, Stoats. They ended up in the wrong county. How embarrassing. So we're in one of those situations where my liege has a bunch of troops just standing around doing nothing. This is not helpful. Right, I need to get some actual ships up here to move my troops. I am, of course, slightly limited by the fact that all of my troops, all of my fleets are off. Taking my troops over to the useful part of Jerusalem. Well, that's a few fleets on their way, and we can get more once the first batch have been dropped off. Though we do need to pay quite close attention to where they're going. I'm slightly worried by how small some of these armies are, but I think part of that is because my capital is somewhere so inconvenient, which reduces how much I can get, because I am seen as like a rather foreign ruler by virtue of being, well, in Italy, while trying to direct matters over here in the Middle East. So possibly I should be trying to get myself an actual county over here again. Possibly I could do that by, like, finding someone I can imprison. Like Ascalon might be quite a nice place to have. Palmyra has the advantage that we'll almost certainly fail to capture him. And then, or Tripoli. And then we would thus end up having a brief civil war, after which we would be able to strip him of one of his titles because he'd refused to go to prison because, yeah, or rather he'd refused to go to accept that he should go to prison as a result of his plotting. So that might be worth doing just to get myself some land in Jerusalem itself. So we currently have 38 ships available. Another batch will be here soon. Let's put them on that fleet and get that fleet heading over here. And also want to take those fleets and send them back to Eliat. No, stop trying to kill her. I don't know why you're trying to kill her, but please don't. Right, we still don't have enough troops to stage a meaningful attack on Pala's annoyances. I mean, I think we barely have enough troops to do that in total. Yeah. Lost a commander. We don't appear to have any siege leaders now. That probably wants fixing. Right, we could do with the Master of the Hunt. Let's point the Emir of Anjou, not that he'll ever visit our court. My grandson Engelbert needs tutelage. Well, let's get my husband working on it. I don't know how none of my current characters' children managed to end up being geniuses. That's quite unfortunate. We need slightly more ships to sort this out. Wonder if I could get the Imperial Army to actually help me if I brought so many through that we had so many of my own armies past them that they actually were in a minority. Would they then start following me, I wonder? Sadly, I don't really have those kinds of numbers kicking around. We're getting lots of nice siege events. Just checking that all my ships are heading the right way, yes. I'm sure that's a very nice army, but it is a bit out of the way. Yes, all of my armies are actually doing something vaguely useful. We have a new commander has arrived. Let us find him a wife because he wants to get married. Everyone gets a princess when they come to my court. It's quite impressive. Come to my court, become a commander, get a princess to marry. Actually, this lot between them are slightly more than that army up in Arsuf. I'm going to try sending them all up to Arsuf and see if bringing them back down again they join me. It's a slightly silly manoeuvre because I can't put them on a ship anyway, but I just want to see if it works. I'm curious, if I reset my character finder and then go search court for princess. Oh, it doesn't show me them by title. That's slightly sad. I was just wondering how many princesses I've got in my court at the moment. Oh well. Right, so while I'm engaging in silly buggers over here, how are we doing with getting some ships full of troops to the right place? I thought there was another fleet that was like going in a useful direction. Oh, is it that one? Yes, right. So that'll be, yeah, that'll get us up to 11,000, which is a good start. What? Okay, the Imperial troops that were in Arsuf, whom I was hoping would start following me, have just all evaporated, as though they've been dismissed. That's really unhelpful. Right, well, let's start getting some more troops in the right direction then. Since apparently if I try to get the Imperial troops to help me, they evaporate. The Polar Empire's just sent an army to kill one of my very small armies because they've spotted them being in the way. How annoying. Ulok can also go there. So I could bravely cross over the Straits of Hormuz and head into Sirjan in the hope that the Pala Empire does not come and squish me on the way. I think that might actually be safe. I'm a bit worried about it, but we'll be keeping fairly well clear of them. Okay, it looks like my martial skill has dropped. That's a pity. I have a new Shaikar of Napata, apparently. She's 11 years old, and we don't know much more about her than that. Where's my... Oh, I think that fleet isn't going anywhere. Where's my fleet at the moment? The one that's carrying some actual troops. It's Northern Red Sea, right? It's got a little way to go yet. So I want to keep a close eye on what's going on here. So possibly what I want to do is to send this army after the smaller Parlan armies initially. Right. They're heading to Hormuz, but we'll be out of Hormuz before they can get there. Good. That was the plan. So then where do we go? Probably Istakar. Sorry, Istakar. Aha, Prince Ferdinand's intended has come of age. She's turned out as a grey eminence, that's nice. Right, they're now trying to attack us in Sirjan. Well, yes, they have a numerical advantage, but we're in mountains and we can arrange to have some pretty decent commanders. Okay, we have some pretty decent commanders. So this might turn out all right. Reinforcements are still off the coast of Dhofar, so that may not go quite so well. Right, we have found a master builder. Zoltan wants to be Marshal. Give him a chance for now, not least because I don't want to reorganise things before this battle happens. Let's have 200 prestige for the for people respecting our wealth. And Ginevra should be converted to the correct religion. Okay, we are going to have to give her a gift in order to get her to convert.
The House of Small Panda.
Yes, it is indeed the House of Small Panda, and the House of Small Bat as well. A new Sheikh of Santiago. Bunch of... Oh, someone's been imprisoned. Probably no one who matters. Right, so we are having a battle in Sirjan. We've managed to get one narrow flank, which looks like it may be the only place where we'll be able to hold them, but I don't know. Yeah, their elephants are alarmingly effective. Right, well, let's bring in the reinforcements and hope for the best. Let's make sure the reinforcements, if they possibly can, have an organiser. And some other decent commanders as well. Sadly, they're still 2 weeks away. This is unlikely to go well. Oh, maybe it will. Yes, we won that battle. That was very close. The reinforcements were kind of critical there. But to be fair, that wasn't the battle I was even intending to have. Oh dear, right. Now we're heading into another battle where, because they managed to somehow move in advance of us, they're going to get the defensive advantage. Johan is an organiser, so we're doing this as fast as we can. Oh well, let's just pile in enough troops and hope for the best. Right, military technology points. Oh yes, we need a marshal. Oh, have we lost our marshal? Right, well, let's appoint Zoltan and then find ourselves a new commander. Ideally, a siege leader? Yes. Okay, I kind of got distracted there and apparently the battle started without me. Right. Best siege leader we can get has a martial skill of 15. No, I think we could do better than that. All right, my actually, yes. Oh, they won't release my my marshal's been captured, and the Pala Empire won't release him, even if I send 10 gold. Well, let's send a bribe to the Marshal of the Swiss Company then. And we'll find him a princess. In the chaos surrounding the Battle of Istachar, my men cornered Maharaja Dharapata II of the Chandela Kingdom, who was flailing miserably with his axe. I'm told the poor man soiled himself as death came to claim him. Well, yes, he apparently had martial skill of 11 and 0 personal combat skill. So, yes. We may have lost one commander, but so did they. Right. This new battle is not yet going well for me, unsurprisingly. We're going to have to do it by reinforcements again, and I'm a bit more scared about this. Because the reinforcements are being quite slow. Right. We have Ludolf here, who is pretty decent. Let us appoint him as a commander. Stick him in this flank. See if we can find him a princess. Oh dear, I'm afraid we may have run out of princesses. Sorry. Maybe you'll be better once you've changed religion. Let's convert you to the correct religion first. Oh, you're lowborn. That's going to make things harder, isn't it? Well, maybe we can get you a matrilineal marriage to a princess then. There we are. Jimena di Spoleto, Princess of Arabia. Hang on, no, that's no good. Damn it. He'll get dragged out of my court if we do that. Maybe we can pull something off by inviting her to my court. It's weird, I can't find her. Was she? Jimena with an X. Ah, right, yes. Right, I've invited Jimena to my court, which might help. Right, we got enough troops in there to sort that out. Right, not quite sure what's going to happen about that message from the Emir of Taiz. Peace be with you. Regrettably, I feel it would not be in my best interest for Ludolf to marry Jimena under those terms. What you mean is, Jimena's no longer in your court, and she thus isn't available for you to marry, to give away, because she's in my court. Right, Ludolf, have another go at marrying Princess Jimena. matrilineally, of course. Right. See, you did get a princess. Took a bit of effort, but... And admittedly, she isn't currently calling herself a princess. But aside from that... Right, we have won a second battle, and we're now at 0% war score. So now what I think we need to do is to start besieging things back. Okay, that lot are going to come out of shattered retreat there. Hopefully our 2-to-1 numerical advantage will be enough. Though maybe we don't do that actually. Maybe we leave them and go and besiege the thing we can besiege. Where's the other Pala army heading for? It's heading for Shiraz at the moment. Yeah, I'm just like, do I have another battle that we might or might not win? We'll probably have acceptable. Yeah, we'll have decent numbers by the time we get there because we'll reinforce 2,000 troops on the way, probably. Yeah, okay, I'm not worried about this. Seb returns. When did Seb disappear? I don't know. I don't have a timestamp. I don't know quite. Well, I don't know when you left. We have a new sultana. Oh, I can skip back 40 minutes in my preview and see what we were doing 40 minutes ago. Right. So it looks like about 40 minutes ago, I was trying to ship everyone home so that we could take on the Pala Empire, because yes, because they were having a second attempt at taking Fars off us, and my liege was being useless about defending the empire as he usually is. So I basically dismissed all my armies, re-raised them at home, shuffled them out east, and we've been having battles with elephants in the mountains. Here we can see a battle with elephants in the mountains. Based on what we can see of the battle, the elephant rider is very much not shooting his arrow even slightly in the direction of the infantryman on the ground, who is doing a pretty good job of hitting the elephant with the sword. So we might hope that that our side will win, but I'm not sure. It's going to be a tight one. Yeah, we seem to be doing all right. Yes, the siege engine is indeed somewhat out of scale. And it's surely a trebuchet. Oh, someone else is coming to attack us, are they? Excellent. Well, that's going to be fun. Well, we'll stay here and defend and continue besieging Bandar-i Mashor, and then get into another battle which we'll win easily. Don't think, yeah, we don't even have to get into melee with them because they're horribly outnumbered and we're in the mountains. Indeed, I think we may just have utterly annihilated that army. Right. I think the Pala Empire is going to regret this. Oh, Valpurga, my daughter, has become Magistros for the Doge of Amalfi. That's slightly surprising. I think the problem is that well, no, that doesn't work out. I was going to argue that the trebuchet was scaled to match the city, but it's really much too big for the city, as well as being much too small for the elephant. Oh, we should make sure we've got a siege leader involved in this, shouldn't we? Oh, look, it's an ally. It's not the correct ally, and they're buggering off, but nice to see them visit us briefly. Oh, the Palans are coming back. Do you think they're going to be so foolish as to attack us in Arajan again? I doubt it. I think we're going to have to go and kick them out of Darabjad. Oh, the peasants are revolting in Paris. Well, that's probably fun because mostly Paris isn't mine, as I recall. It's part of the Duchy of Normandy. It's like the Count of Paris is, the Count of Paris is Catholic. It just happens to have Montfort-l'Amaury, which is ours. So mostly I'm increasing religious tension in a way that's probably unhelpful to most of the locals, who are not my vassals in the first place. Right, we've now taken back our territory there. They seem to be busy besieging there, so let's march back over there. We'll have adequate numbers by the time we get there. We have adequate numbers now, frankly. Let's try to turn Ruprecht humble. Excellent. Boring siege event. Yes, our holding is under siege. I'm heading over to try to deal with that. Can we do this without crossing a river? Let's try taking a different route. Who are you trying to kill? Yeah, whatever. Nope, we get a river crossing penalty from there as well. Okay, well, we'll just have to hope we've got enough numbers to win. Oh, and stick in a decent commander on that flank. That should work a bit better. Volteoff really our third best commander. No, we've got Johan, who's a bit better. Though possibly not enough to make up for his not having magic extra abilities. Okay, who are you trying to kill? Was that the one I just looked at? No, that still doesn't matter. Oh, is this? No, this can't be plains. Why does the picture show plains? Oh, it's desert. Oh, I thought it was mountains. Well, desert is much easier. Like we've brought camels, probably. Yes. Right, that's driven the Parlans out again. Now up to plus 32% war score. Which will go up to 57% once we've regained control of the two holdings here. So back to our not very good siege leader. Spoleto now has its stables built. Let's sort out a keep. It's going to take a little while to take land back because it has a fort level of 7.5. But like the Parlan army seems to be fairly comprehensively broken at this point. They notionally have 19,000 troops somewhere. Oh, there's a child who wants educating. He's strong. Let's give him... Yeah, actually, Volteoff will do nicely. Good night, Simon. So I hope that, well, I mean, oh, I'm sat next to Shooter at dinner when he tells about a family of Muslims that was attacked in the capital. Nothing angers me, as when people are persecuted and harmed simply because of their faith, Shooter growls. Well, as someone who was until recently a secret Muslim, I should probably have sympathy for Muslims. Less sympathy for the Hindus because they keep invading us. Right, we've taken back lad. No, I'm still not joining your plot to fabricate a claim on the Emirate of Socotra. I mean, he is a pretty terrible emir, but his heir's actually a bit better. Yeah, I'll let you carry on trying to murder the emir of wherever it was. Right, this siege should take slightly less time. Indeed, we could assault now. Yeah, let's, because we reinforce pretty well out here. Right, so we're now at 70% war score. Some of that from simply controlling Fars. Okay, we haven't got the supply limit to immediately take Sirjan. Split my army in half. Send half of them to Sirjan and half of them to the next county. Help Eginolf to become humble. Those ships we almost certainly don't need. But this is a defensive war, so it isn't annoying my vassals anyway. Tiny little battle. And now we're very slowly besieging nearby things. In the hope that that will get us a little bit of war score. Yes, turn Eginolf. Diligent as well. I should probably find Ruprecht a wife. Oh, we could get a non-aggression pact with Al Jazeera. That would be kind of amusing. She'll even take oh no, we want a non-matrilineal marriage. She'll even take a non-matrilineal marriage with Ruprecht. Go on then. Let's at least get Al Jazeera back into Di Spoleto hands. Yeah, I'm afraid the raiders are just going to raid. They won't get very much. It's a long walk into Kerman, isn't it? Right. We probably only have to push over one of these, but Right, we've improved the Emir of Fars's opinion of me. I kind of hope he would like the fact that I'm keeping the infidels out of his territory. The Emira of Cologne has formed an alliance with the Emir of Anjou. That's probably for the best. I have a niece called Gunhilda, daughter of my brother Kuno. He and his wife are really quite impressively scarred. Not quite sure what she's been getting up to. He's a commander, so it's not entirely surprising. Right, 76%, getting gradual ticking war score for controlling all of Fars. The Sheikha of Bahrain is trying to kill her husband, who is apparently her second husband. I think that's their direct liege's job to fix. Right, we've taken Sirjan, which gets us up to 83% war score. Kind of reluctant to assault anything here because I don't quite want to lose troops at this stage. New Emira of Ascalon. That's a pity. I was thinking about taking Ascalon. Who are you trying to kill? No one who looks important. Oh, Sheikh of Acre we could also take territory off. It would be quite nice to have a coastal capital. 95% war score. Oh, Suakin has converted to Catholic. That feels like a bad thing. Bah, first son of genius Prince Ferdinand is not a genius. A sickly child born to one of my many princesses. %. I'm not sure any of these sieges is going to be necessary. Well, this one will finish pretty soon anyway. We may as well finish that one for the prestige and the money. Oh, the Parlan army is coming back. 4,000 troops have just been... Oh, 18,000 troops up there. Yeah, we do rather need this this war to finish soon. Let's just press that assault button. There we are. Right. Now, my dear liege, please would you arrange to end this war? Yes, good. The Pala Empire now has minus 693 money. Sadly, it doesn't look like I got any of any reparations that there might have been. So it is currently a quarter to midnight, so I'm kind of slightly disinclined to start a new thing. On the other hand, it might be entertaining. So the plausible new thing might be to try to get my... I think currently my troop numbers are depressed rather by the fact that my capital is so far from most of my vassals' capitals. Being as it is over here in Spoleto. So one way I could fix that would be to gain myself a convenient title inside Jerusalem or similar, or Syria. And I could do that by trying to imprison someone and then having them revolt, and then I then flatten their revolt and take some convenient castle off them, or some convenient entire county indeed off them, like say Tripoli. Or Acre might be quite fun, and he's only a count, so he would be... The problem with him actually is it would be rather too easy to capture him. I would probably just successfully capture him, and I can't just revoke his title because he's plotting against me. I can revoke his title if he refuses to come to prison, I think. But he would be relatively easy to flatten. But I think actually if I'm going to do that, I want to dismiss the troops over here, because otherwise they're going to have an awfully long walk. So let's get them back to where I want them. Mainly my territory. Meanwhile, decided to institute high crown authority in Outremer. No, I would prefer not to. Oh yes, I will totally get Louis back. Emir Froila, the scholar of Fars, has declared the Farsi Egyptian revolt de jure holding war over Idab. Where's Idab? It's there. Right, because there's one castle there that's held by the Egyptian revolt, and this is an excellent time to try to get that back while they're not... while the revolt is busy revolting. Right, so that's all the troops dismissed. Okay, let's see if we can get Acre, because, I mean, he'll probably just come quietly, and that would be a pity. But he might not. What's this message? No, still won't join your plot. Aha! Excellent. He's raised his flag in rebellion. So let's raise all the nearby troops that we can. Mass them in Jerusalem. And then stomp rapidly into Acre and besiege it until it gives in. This will probably be quite a quick war. Yes, he'll have a defensive bonus from the hills, but we've got far more people and some good commanders, and our morale should be pretty decent by the time we arrive. Well, we went through his outer flanks pretty quickly. The Emir of Anjou has rather bravely declared a holy war for Normandy on the Duke of Normandy. That doesn't seem like a wise move, but whatever. Right, I have 31% war score in my very rapid revolt war. Will take a little while to besiege Acre because it's a level 8.5 fort, which is part of why I want it. Yes, Eginolf should definitely become just. Who are you trying to kill and why? You're apparently not. So, should I replace any of my existing commanders with Luis? Yes, I think Prince Kuno should be replaced. There's the relieve commander button gone. There it is. person trying to murder someone. Yeah, get on with it. What, I have a note that says priests cannot marry against my son Prince Albrecht. I'm not aware that he's a priest. He's a lunatic. There do appear to be no eligible people for him to marry. I've just noticed that his wife has been dead for 20 years. I was noticing this largely because he was also marked as unlanded, but I think he should probably stay unlanded. That holy war for Normandy is becoming slightly more interesting. We have some raiders there. Can we... Oops. Raise enough troops to get rid of them? Yes, we can. Oh, they're clearing off anyway. Good. That's what we wanted to see. Send them all the way through to Dax, and then we'll dismiss them when they get to Dax. Where we can be confident the raiders will actually leave. That siege is going to take forever. And off they go again. Right. We distracted the raiders at least. This is a very slow siege. New Emirate of Tripoli, so if we had been planning to take Tripoli, it would be too late now. But that's fine. If we'd been planning to take Tripoli, it would have been because we couldn't get Acre, and that would have been much quicker to discover than that we can get Acre, but it's going to take forever to besiege it. War score is going down quite rapidly because we haven't finished besieging Acre yet. Like, we have 39% for the that initial battle, but we've lost almost 30% for oh dear, rather more than that now it looks like. Yes, 33% from we'll have turned Spoleto into something useful by the time we leave it. Yeah, we've lost 33% from the fact that Acre is still entirely under rebel control for now. Not much longer though. Do we allow Ruprecht to be zealous? Yes, I think we do. He is, after all, trying to marry the Queen of Al Jazeera, whom I might be able to get an alliance with, you never know. Yes, she's Catholic, but she's also local. Right, we have finished besieging Acre. Our war score is now rather better. Plus everything else we can probably besiege a lot more effectively. Sheikh Amadeus of Nabatea has turned out to be secretly Catholic. Well, that's not acceptable. Indeed, lots of places appear to have become Catholic. Yes. Well, let's set my court chaplain to trying to improve matters. Probably I should raise slightly more troops for this job, if I can work out where they can come from. Okay, maybe raising a bunch of troops in the path of the enemy army might have been unwise. Let's see. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was unwise. Let's dismiss them. Raise them in a different county, much simpler. Right, there's a bit of religious repression going on now. Oh dear, I've lost the trait brave. Right, martial skill is getting a little feeble. And Mayor has contracted slow fever. Right, the Badshah of Outremer has revoked the Emirate of CK2. Yes, I will help you with your plot to get rid of a Catholic from a landed thing. Well, the Emir of Anjou seems to be doing a pretty good job of capturing people. He is currently winning his holy war for Normandy, which is impressive. Oh, right. I'm in the middle of a revolt here. To the heroic Sultan Kotilda. May you live in harmony and contentment. In order to stop you living in harmony and contentment, we request that you honour your obligation. What obligation? To answer this call to arms against Badshah Samir of Outremer. Declining would cost us 0 prestige. If we accept, we will be part of the war against the tyranny of Badshah Samir the Young. So Thomas, now of the Latin Revolt, refused the revocation of the Duchy of Hijaz. I reckon that was a religious thing. No, I'm not going to join what appears to be a religious revolt. I'm instead tempted to join on the Badshah's side. For all that he is not the best liege in the world ever. Possibly I need to actually have more battles here. But we are slowly taking Haifa. Oh dear, Emir Benoit of Anjou has been imprisoned by Duke Welf the Noble. Don't think that's going to go well for him. Actually, let's assault that. It might be slightly painful, but... Right, we now have a 100% war score. So now Sheikh Anso is in our prison, but more importantly, since he's a traitor, no one will object when we revoke the Sheikhdom of Acre. Sadly, he has decided he is someone else's vassal, so will not. I can't just claim all of his wealth, but I can at least ransom him for 10 gold. So now I am Countess of Acre, which would mean that I could move my capital to Acre. But not while I'm at war. Right, I think, as it is now slightly after midnight, and I'm involved in a new war, the war against the tyranny of Badshah Samir the Young, which I suspect will actually take us up till the end of time, so I may not actually be able to move my capital. because this is going to be quite some war. Yeah, we'll see. But I think for now I should declare that it is the end, if not of time, at least of this evening, and say good night to everyone. So good night.